5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hola, everybody. Bonjour, ciao, konnichiwa, hello. My name is Jonathan, aka Prodigy, aka the Brown Johnny Bravo. Welcome back to the neoPod podcast, episode 5, I believe. Today I got here with me
Jordan, aka JMV. What's up?
What's good, everybody? It's JD, aka Johnny Johnson.
What's up, everybody? My name is Janelle Morale, aka Janelle Meow.
Yes, sir. And so, really quick note. If I say Ate, I'm referring to Janelle Meow. That's my older sister. Ate is older sister in Tagalog. Anyway, so, man, first things first, man. I gotta say, though, man, rest in peace, Mac Miller, man. Shit, it's been 2 years, bro.
Rip.
Can you believe that? 2 fucking years since he passed.
Damn. Tragic, man.
It's one of those that you just you know exactly where you were at that time when it happened.
2 years, man. That's crazy, bro. Because I remember, man, his last album, Swimming, man. I remember when it dropped and I listened to it, I was like, wow, this album resonates with me more than any album that's ever resonated with me, like, ever. Because of, like, what he was talking about and shit and everything. If you just listen to it, he talks about so many different shit that you can relate to. And I was like, damn, this is crazy. So I love that album. Boom, out of nowhere, he died. So I was like, God damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Mac.
That hurts.
Rest in peace, Mac Miller, man. So, just to start up, man, how's quarantine been treating you guys? Jordan, you go first, brother.
I'll go first. Honestly, it's been just okay. I mean, I'm still
Nothing's
working.
really changed for you, huh?
No, I mean, not really. I mean, I'm still working, but
Yeah,
actually, it did get worse for the fact that I'm working, but there isn't much shit to do afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing to do. Just go straight home, and that's probably been the worst out of what's been happening for me. So,
Yeah, the
but other
quarantine,
than that, yeah,
quarantine
No, go
experience
ahead.
has definitely been, like, different if you lost your job, you know what I mean? Or if you're not working right now. So, how about you, JD, bro?
No, yeah, same thing. Like, I feel like, not the same thing, but I feel like I'm, like, cooped up way more than ever, for sure. Just, like, that general fear of the coronavirus is just like, fuck, when is this, like, going to be over?
As time goes by, huh? Because it's going by longer than we all expected, I bet. Because it's been, like, what, almost half a year already?
Even though they
wild.
said, like, realistically it would take longer than this to, like, really
Alright.
do it, but...
like 2 years or some shit, and I'm like, no, bro, what the fuck?
Nah, for real.
Man, you gotta be optimistic, man.
Facts, man. That's why I'm really optimistic. But how about you, Ate?
Man, I had a weird quarantine, man. It was busy and then slow and then busy again. I mean, I got married the week that everything shut down. So it was, I felt like I was breaking the law every day that week because we shut down on, I think the 17th, and I had a wedding on the 20th. So every day in between then, I was going to grocery stores. I was, like, going out. I'd still managed to find somebody to do my nails. So it was so weird. Like, I went into a nail salon and they had all the lights off, and every time a car drove past, we'd, like, look out the window, like, do we need a duck? Or, like, and we like didn't know, this is all brand new, so we're like, if somebody catches us, we're going to jail. We're going to jail for getting our nails done. And, like, it was just such a crazy way to start the quarantine, you know, and with a wedding and preparing for it. And then my job, we closed down temporarily. I was fortunate enough where, our job took care of us while we were closed, and we're open now. So I didn't have to stress about money. I was lucky that way. So I kind of got a 3-month vacation, but
That sounds
not
nice.
really, because where can we go? It was nice not to have to worry about it, but, like, it sucked not being able to do anything.
You were
You
at
almost wish.
everyone's
be
at
back at
the
work.
everyone's at the risk of dying, but at least you got paid at the same time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah.
Any more thoughts out there or not? You good?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah, I had a cool quarantine.
All right. So judging by your guys' energy, your quarantine where that shit was a straight bummer for you guys. It sounds like it. That shit sounded like a straight bummer. But look, if I'm gonna be honest, for me, bro, quarantine's been great for me so far. Honestly, our quarantine's been great. Like other than the obvious with like people dying and shit like that all over the world. Obviously, bro. Obviously, but in retrospect, I don't really regret quarantine happening at all. Like, do you guys regret quarantine happening? Like, did you wish this shit never happened?
yes, bro. I wish this shit never happened.
Yeah, I wish this shit never happened.
I think I just focus on the positives, right? Because look, obviously we don't want the deaths, right? Obviously, we don't want the deaths and the sickness and everything. But other than that, though, the concept of everyone being more health conscious and everything, that's what America needed, bro.
Okay, we need to add a second one to that.
Everyone wearing masks and shit.
Besides the deaths and the people losing their jobs, because that's the other big one, I think.
Yeah. Other than deaths and losing their jobs, the
our
economy crashing.
got turned upside down.
Yes. But I always look at the bright side. I always look at the bright
Aside
side.
from that,
Bro, look.
we're only talking about my experience here,
One fact.
and I'm having a great time.
No, facts. Okay, look, I'm talking. How is your quarantine going? And so if I look at my life, I'm not regretting quarantine happening, bro. Everyone's more health conscious now. Everyone's wiping down things they should have been wiping down the whole time. Everyone's wearing masks and shit. Everyone everyone loves hand sanitizer. And just like everyone's more health conscious and shit. And so I saw this post on Twitter that it was like it was a bunch of people at a water park, and then everyone was all crowded and shit. And then the person that retweeted it said looking at videos from pre-quarantine, like this shit is just so different. You know what I mean? Like it just looks so crazy just seeing everyone crowded and everything.
Real.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, in retrospect, I don't really regret quarantine happening in my life. Okay, let me just add that part. In my life, I feel like it needed to happen in a few different ways. If you guys know me, you know that I like to do a lot of things. Like I like to create and whatnot. And so I've never really been the type to have my life only revolve around my job. You know what I mean? So I was never really go to work and then go home and then watch TV and then go to sleep. Like I have a lot of different eggs in my basket that I've always struggled with trying to balance with having a 9 to 5 job, so to speak. You know what I mean? So with that being said, when I was working up to just a few months ago, I would have a hard time juggling all those eggs in my basket. And so those eggs that I couldn't juggle because of my job, those eggs would correlate to my happiness and whether I was feeling depressed or whatnot. And so whenever I couldn't properly find a way to juggle it, for example, I would be way too tired from working that I wouldn't have the energy or like mental capacity left in me to focus on my side projects. It would actually affect me mentally. You know what I mean? So basically quarantine eliminated that I would do this or that, or I would do that, but I just can't find the time. Like it got rid of that excuse. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure it applied to a lot of other people. But my job put me and hella of my coworkers on leave because of quarantine ever since it started. And I've been supplemented financially by, the EDD. But when I had the chance to eliminate the barrier of my job taking up all my time, I got a lot of shit done, bro. I got a lot of shit done. Basically, all the things I didn't have time for, I found the time. Like, I've made so much music in the last 5 to 6 months. And then I've had a chance to like blueprint my project, roll out and whatnot. I've learned so many different new recipes and learned hella new fundamentals for cooking. And I even started a whole ass cooking Instagram and shit.
Hell yeah, bro. You made the most out of your quarantine.
It's been pretty productive.
There's a lot of people coming out of this with new hobbies and new talents for sure.
That they never knew that they had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And so it gave people time. And so in the beginning of quarantine, I even deep cleaned my entire room. so that in the event that I die or something, nobody will find any like weird shit in my drawers or anything like that. No one will find any weird shit. Like, you know, you can search my room if I'm dead, and like, you know, you won't be surprised or anything. There's like a whole bunch of other shit I got to accomplish during quarantine that, like, in summation, it led to a better state of mind for me personally. You know what I mean? So I could see how people who only live to work rather than work to live are getting, you know, depressed because they have nothing else to do, like, other than work. You know what I mean? So, but I really reached a point where I thought to myself, I have all this time on my hands, and a huge excuse of mine prior to quarantine was that I didn't have enough of it. You know what I mean? So I decided to take action rather than, you know, just think of more excuses of why not to do it. And I think for me personally, the time was always my biggest excuse. Like, you see what I'm saying? So yeah.
No, yeah, that's really dope. Like, it really gave you time to like work on your other passions, like other than just trying to stack up.
Yeah, man. Cause,
so it gave you like that. Yeah. But you know, how much would your opinion change if like even one person you knew like got seriously sick?
It would change
so
a
like
lot.
That's a reality like a lot of people are dealing with right now.
It would change a lot, of course. I don't know anyone personally, but I know people who know people personally that have, you know, gotten COVID and whatnot. And obviously that's something I'm kind of oblivious to at the moment just because it hasn't affected me directly. But in that aspect, of course, like it's not like 100% of quarantine. I'm glad it happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but, no, I feel you.
I guess I'm just like, looking back in my life. You know what I mean? And what I've done and what I've accomplished. And
like, you know, like technology wise, everything is like getting accelerated. Like people are able to work from home. Like I was able to do for a short time. And I think it's going to, like on a global scale, it's going to speed up things. Like cities are probably going to start becoming a little less like decentralized, where people don't have to move to like big cities to be part of an industry type thing.
It's changing the world, and it's changing all industries and all areas. You know what I mean? And,
exactly.
And it's actually great that it's happening in 2020 because, you know, 30 years ago, we couldn't do this, you know? We couldn't do it because the internet wasn't as prevalent like it is in today's society. You know what I mean?
Oh, man. If this shit happened 20, 30 years ago, yeah.
We're much better equipped now.
Yeah, like one simple example, Zoom classes. You know what I mean? Like all the kids are resuming school online. You know, you couldn't do that like 20 years ago.
Yeah,
man. So if it had to happen, it like at least it happened, you know, right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think we're all lucky that we don't have to deal with that sort of thing, because I know that I work with a lot of people that, you know, are dealing with their kids going back to school, and it's such a pain because it's a completely different experience for their kids. For them, maybe they don't have, you know, the bandwidth to be able to get all of their kids to they suddenly the burden is placed on the parents. A lot of these parents were, you know, depend on sending their kids to school for basically daycare.
Yeah, man. People had that perfect job schedule where they would work 8 to 3 or whatever, and then the kids would be at school or whatever. But nowadays, parents have to be working and they have to be teachers at the same time. So it's kind of wild.
And I can imagine as a kid, like what would you, especially being at home when you have all the distractions and shit just right there in front of you, like would you be able to really concentrate fully to the best of your abilities when you're taking those? You know what I'm saying?
It's true, man.
It's very different.
I think it takes a certain type of child to do homeschooling, because this is basically homeschooling, right? But you know, homeschool isn't for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not really everyone is like, or we're not really equipped to just be staring at a screen all day trying to learn. I feel like you learn a lot from just being in person.
Yeah, man.
Sure.
Yeah, man.
And you know, you have more of a risk of getting in trouble from not paying attention. So you don't say
it's facts, man. I was in a Zoom lecture 2 weeks ago, and my teacher called me out for texting while I was in the Zoom lecture. I was like, "What the fuck?
No way!"
Stupid. She was
what?
Like,
"Did you like put your phone in the camera?"
No, bro. I was looking down, and then basically she was like, Hey Jonathan, my eyes are up here and not down there. I was like,
Oh, what were you looking at, bro?
I was looking at my phone. What you think I was?
No, it's not my phone. It's just my dick.
Yeah. I was just masturbating. Anyway, but yeah. Other than that, though, man, there's a handful of things that I really do miss pre-quarantine life, though. You know, that I'm sure everyone else misses. Like, I miss eating out at restaurants. You know what I mean? Like, bruh, I miss Korean barbecue and just buffets in general so much. Like you don't even understand, bro. Like,
Yeah, and buffets are probably like a lost art now. Like, I don't know that buffets are ever coming back.
Well, here's the crazy thing, right? Here in I mean, there's probably places around y'all too, but you know, a lot of places are doing the patio dining and shit now. My Korean barbecue place, they're doing the all you can eat at patio dining, and I've been to it once with my friends, and it's dope. Like, you know, it's just
what's up, man.
It's the Korean barbecue experience, but you just outside. So, you know, go on a nice day. It'll be
But like,
alright.
what Korean barbecue? Like, you're cooking? You still cooking on the on the
they
table
give
yourself?
they gave us a portable grill that uses
Oh, nice.
they uses gas. And yeah, so they just switch it out like that, and I'm like, man, this is the full experience, bro. Like, for real.
Yeah, man. So I guess
pretty lit.
Evolving with the times.
No, really.
Yeah,
so
man.
it just shows like how much effort these restaurants are willing to put to go that extra mile to keep their business running, and you know what I mean. So that shit is great. Like for example, in Vallejo, they're doing nails outside. Like the nail salon, some of the nail salons, they have little booths outside, where they're doing nails and shit. I was like, okay, like.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I need
gotta
that
do what you gotta
haircut.
do.
I need that haircut outside, man. Who you know?
I also need that haircut, bro. My barber is still not doing that. I don't know if they're okay, but hope y'all doing good, Goodland Barbers, wherever y'all at.
Damn, I can't relate, but yeah. Anyway, I miss going to the movies a lot, bro.
Nah,
I
facts.
miss going to the movies, man. Fuck, I miss going to shows and concerts, bro. Come on, bro. You never really realize like what you're missing out on until it's all gone. You know what I mean? So I miss going.
I miss traveling.
Facts, bro. Like,
Or I miss wanting to like meet up with people and not worry about like, oh, are they trying to social distance?
yeah, or
I feel like I'm offending anybody anytime I try to say like, hey, let's do this, which I'm sure I'm not supposed to be asking people to go hang out. But
you know what I feel like I might be offending people when for basically everyone that I see in a social like situation, I don't dap them up, right? Like I'll hit them with the wrist to wrist, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the wrist to
I hit
wrist.
them with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I hit them with
And,
that
like,
elbow, bro.
Yeah,
with the
and,
elbow.
like because you never know if they're comfortable with the whole hand dap, you know what I mean? And so I don't know if I'm like offending them or if they even understand where I'm coming from.
yeah, no, dude, at work I have to like we're starting to hire again, so I have to like interview some candidates and everything, and it's weird like going up to somebody and saying, hi, I'm Janelle, and then not shaking their hand. It feels rude. It feels so rude. And they're like, they lift up their hand and then they realize too, like, oh, we can't, let's just stare at each other.
But you gotta dap
'Cause
them
that's all we
elbows,
can-
man. That's fine.
Dap that elbow with your feature manager. That's hella funny.
Yeah, see,
Just
it's
imagine that shit.
weird.
But yeah, bro. Like I said, I miss going to concerts and shit. Like it's a really bittersweet time for the music industry, bro. Because I had a discussion about it with this promoter a while back, who's like really feeling the direct effect of this quarantine shit himself. And he kept saying it was really a weird time for the music industry since we can't have shows anymore. You know what I mean? And I'm sure everyone knows
Well,
that.
yeah, that's how
That's how they make their
most
money.
music artists
Exactly.
make their money.
Exactly. I'm sure everyone knows that doing shows was one of the biggest flows of income for artists, you know, other than merch. And so to not have that and seeing different ways people are trying to innovate for performing and doing online shows and shit like that, you know what I mean? It's just wild.
Well, real quick, have you seen? There was like screenshots of this one concert. I think it was in Europe, and how it was actually like a live show, and how they did it was everyone had their own little like
Table?
No,
Their own
it
little
was like
section.
a little like stand
Yeah,
where it
they
was
had their
just
own
them
little
and their
section.
group, and they had chairs and shit. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of dope. Like
That's progress, bro. But that's so much social distancing to the point where like the people all the way in the back, like so far
You
away
can't
from the
even see the
stage.
stage.
Yeah, might as well fucking just stay in the parking lot and watch the show from there.
Hey man, it's about at this point during all this quarantine shit, it's all about the experience of being there, because you know we all know this shit is like crazy. So
Yeah,
you
man.
just want to be at the show, you want to feel that shit, you know?
Yeah, man. So I seen Dave Chappelle. I seen this Dave Chappelle. His one of his newest stand up. It's on YouTube, and it was like, I think it was one of the first social distancing comedy shows. It was outdoor and shit, and like all the chairs
It was
were
the
spaced
very,
out.
very first. Yeah, it was the very first public performance.
Yeah,
done, since the start of quarantine.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, they can make it happen if they wanted to, you know, because all they got to do is make it outdoors and, you know, social distance the chairs, but at the same time you're compromising ticket sales, you know, because you know
You're not making as much money as a regular concert. For sure.
Definitely, because you're literally eliminating spaces for people that could potentially be in, you know what I mean? So there's no mosh pits, there's no, you know, shit like that.
Damn,
Nothing like that.
I never got to mosh pit, and I probably never will now.
What you mean never will? We gonna get back to normal, man. But yeah, is there anything else you guys missed from pre-quarantine life, or what's that?
Wait, just one more thing about the concerts, bro. Like, you remember like those Tyler the Creator shows we used to go to and all, and how like just sweaty and grimy everyone be on the ground floor. Like, I can't even imagine doing that now. Like, with
That's what I'm saying, bro.
What the health shit is, you know?
That's what I'm saying. Like with that Twitter
seems
post,
very unhealthy.
that Twitter post I mentioned earlier. Like, you just look at videos from the past just differently. You're just like, oh my god, like we were really up in each other's faces and shit. Like.
Yeah, but like after living through this, how long is it gonna take for all of us to feel comfortable again, getting back to that point? Like, are we forever scarred now that we're all gonna be too afraid to go back to like shaking hands and moshing and all that?
Yeah, man.
You think?
I feel like with the closest people, you won't be, but with new people that you never met before, I mean, you know, it is what it is. However, you're gonna handle that. So
I think it'll take
it
a
just
cool.
depends.
Once everything goes back to normal.
Our handshakes phased out now.
Nah, I don't think so. Because you know,
I haven't
America,
given
man.
anyone a handshake in months.
Bro, people in America don't give a fuck as long as we keep that. Because handshakes are it's a cultural thing, you know. Like in Japan, they don't really do the handshake or the dap thing. They don't greet each other like
They
that.
bow. Yeah.
They bow.
So that's just part of American culture. So it's just a matter of what we plan to do, and I don't think we're gonna get rid of handshakes. But like I was telling JD one
Plus
time,
50% of America doesn't really follow any of this anyways. So.
Yeah, it's crazy how like life hasn't changed like too much for some people. Like, I live in a college town still, and there's hella people just still partying and shit, and it's just like, Jesus Christ.
I've seen
they don't give a fuck,
I've seen a
man.
few Twitter posts about some Santa Barbara parties, bro.
Like, there's this one
No
house
mask.
that's just like on all the pictures, like they don't give a fuck.
we might have seen the same house on the Twitter post. No mask. I didn't see any mask in the picture. It's crazy.
Hell
but,
nah.
but yeah, like I was telling you, JD, I think it would take like a good half a year. Once everything goes back to normal, like maybe a half a year, because once they open up theme parks, like obviously people are gonna come pouring in, right? But I'm not gonna be the test group. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm not gonna be the test group, bro. I'm not gonna be a test group, bro. Like I read that article where there was a school in some district in the maybe like somewhere in America where they opened up the schools and kids were going back to school and they closed down within an hour, bro, because someone tested positive for COVID. So it was like, so they were the test group, bro, and I'm not trying to be a test group, bro, for real.
Yo, have you seen the picture of the pool party in Wuhan?
Nah, I didn't see that.
Oh,
That was crowded.
the concert.
There was a pool
like
par-
concert
It was like
pool
a,
party.
Yeah, it was like a concert pool party. It looked
Yeah, I seen
fun,
that.
but like that was like
Hey,
Wuhan of all places.
I'm gonna say
Damn.
this. Other countries, even Wuhan, where that shit originated, is taking this virus way more fucking seriously than America is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
Stupid,
I mean,
man.
I feel like they're good just because,
Yeah.
like, at the end of the day, even though that party is bad, But when they go back to their regular lives, they're doing what they got to do
I know
to stay
they can
safe.
afford to do it because they took care of themselves.
Yeah, they took the necessary steps, unlike a certain leader in this country.
Yeah, man,
Yeah.
it's all about the government, bro. Because I'm pretty sure all the countries that are doing well is because they enforce very strict laws about, you know, whatever it is, like the masks or the social distancing, and this country just hasn't applied those same, you know, rules. So, you know, there's surprisingly, like you guys said, a good 50% of people who either don't believe in the virus or don't believe that we should be taking the precautions that we're all taking. You know what I mean? So it's just
Real quick. You were talking about like being a part of a test group. I feel like I'm willing to be a part of a test group for whatever event or whatever because, bro, I work at the motherfucking airport. I feel like it's a miracle that me and a lot of my coworkers haven't gotten this shit already, and our numbers have been hella low. Like it's only been like less than 10 in this whole 6 months or whatever of quarantine.
I understand I understand where you're coming from, and at the airport, you come across
Bro,
like just so many different people, right?
I'm literally touching hundreds of other people's bags every single day. You feel me?
I can see how you where you get that confidence, but you know at the same time it only takes one person, you know what I mean? It only takes one person. So when you on that ride and you're sitting next to that person who you don't fucking know, boom, that motherfucker spits while he's screaming while he's on the ride. Oh my god, it's over, bro. It's over. It's over. Then it goes to your family.
Are you wearing a mask during work?
No, yeah. Whenever we're at work, you wear your mask, and there's they put a lot more like hand sanitizer stations around. So,
Nice.
You do what you got to do, bro, because that shit don't stop.
Facts. Is there anything else you guys miss, pre-quarantine life, or did I damn near lay out everything that we possibly could think of?
Everything, man. Just going out and hanging out with people. That's all.
Yeah, just grabbing a beer without like having to worry about it.
Nah, man. Like my sister said though, I really miss traveling a lot, bro. It sucks because right now I'm in a better financial position compared to like previous times that I've gone traveling, and I can't even travel right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, man, save that shit up, man. Save it up.
Hey, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, man. I took 3 months off of work and I didn't go anywhere. Like I used to not let 3 days go by without me traveling.
Yeah, bro, we would have.
Like if I had 3 days off in a row, I went somewhere.
We would have did that, bro. We would have went to somewhere,
Yeah.
like we would have flown somewhere, like in a weekend, like a Labor Day weekend or some shit, like we just did.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy, bro. But 2020 this year, I was supposed to go to Universal Studios, and that's for surely not happening this year, bro. It fucking sucks.
Man, I had a Disneyland annual pass, and I went twice, and then it closed. Like,
they're not going to extend that because they extended that Disneyland ticket I bought this year.
I think there's an option. There's an option to either extend or to just let it. I mean, I didn't pay off the whole thing. I'm paying monthly, so I haven't.
They
been
better
paying
give you a
since
refund.
March.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying since March, so I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, man. Like it's been a dream of mine since I was like 10 years old to go to Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights, and I was really planning on doing that this year, and it kills me that that's not gonna happen this year, bro.
Definitely not gonna happen,
man.
Not gonna happen, bro. That's
like,
next month.
Definitely not gonna happen this year, but like even when it comes back, you're like in confined,
Yeah, you're in like close groups and everything.
like
no
close
way.
groups, and then these actors are getting up in your face, scaring you. You think that's gonna come back full force?
Yeah, man. Fucking
next year?
The zombies are like they have to stay 6 feet away from you.
I know, they're like screaming at you.
That shit's not
It's like
half as
it's like
scary.
a zombie, but they have like a blue mask on.
No, yeah. All the zombies have masks on. Yeah, bro.
Bro, imagine someone trying to scare you from 6 feet away. It's not gonna have the same effect at all.
Especially if they have a mask on, bro. That'll cancel everything. Like the whole thing with haunted houses is that they look like they're real and then they have the mask on. But yeah, man, like I really enjoy haunted houses, bro. Like I feel like Universal Studios, the Horror Nights, I feel like they had that shit down to a science, bro. And I've never been there, so I'm really eager to go there. Have you guys been there or not? Horror Nights?
No,
JD?
not personally. I went to not scary
JD, how you
farm.
live in SoCal and not been to Hollywood?
Yeah,
Horror
that's what
Nights,
I'm
bro?
thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
Bruh. Actually, I can't explain that.
He's like, bruh, I don't know. Actually,
I should have pulled up already for sure.
No, for real. Like,
Wait, what
Just
were you
the
gonna
way
say?
you
Your
described
story?
that right now, bro. Like I'm hella excited to go whenever it opens. Probably.
no, really, bro. Like, for example, I know you guys watching Insidious, right? Everyone here is watching Insidious.
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah.
bro. You guys know. Some of you guys know where I'm going with this. They have the further in the movie. In the movie, the further, it's where the kid astral projects to, and then that's the whole separate like world that the kid.
Universal they had that theme one year. I
Exactly.
think.
So for a good amount of time, they had a haunted house there that was based off of the further from the movie. And I don't know if y'all remember, bruh, the way they portrayed the further in the movie, that shit was horrifying, bro. That shit was horrifying. Like, I imagine that's what hell looks like, bruh, for real. Seriously. Seriously,
Yeah, for real, bro.
Seriously, and
Just like a big void with hella scary ass figures around.
yes,
you.
it was genius. It was actually genius that they based a haunted house based on the further, and so that's why I feel like Universal Studios Horror Nights, they have it down really well because they make movies. You know what I mean? Like the movies are made on the lot.
Right. Much better than yeah, we went to the one
The
in
Six Flags,
Discovery Kingdom.
and that didn't quite hit the same as probably.
Was I there when you guys went there?
Yeah, you did, because I remember you cussing out
the three of us.
I don't remember that, but
You know, I think I might be too close to this because, like, Jonathan and I, we grew up literally down the street from it, and we know that living in Vallejo, it's a rite of passage for every teenager to work at
exactly
Discovery Kingdom.
Exactly.
So going in there, I can already tell. Well, one, the makeup's not nearly as good, and the sets are not nearly as good as Universal Studios. But I'm also going in there thinking like, y'all are 15 years old.
Exactly.
So it's already ruined the magic.
Exactly. I was possibly gonna be a zombie in that bitch. And so I remember I went to Pride Fest like I think a year ago. Or no. This was a few years ago. Bruh. At least 3 times I recognized the zombie. Like I went to high school with them. I was like, damn, blood. Like, it's all a bunch of 17, 16, 17, 18 year olds that are just, that didn't have a job. Like that's basically what it is. And so I bet it's just different in Horror Nights, how Universal Studios Horror Nights. Bruh, Horror Nights, I haven't been there, but I know it's gonna be hella good. There was this one time I remember seeing online that in Universal Studios Horror Nights, they used to have something called Chucky's Insult Emporium. And I was hella lucky. I was hella into it, like watching videos of that shit. It's basically an outdoor show where Chucky would be on stage in front of a curtain and people would control him as a puppet, right? And they would basically have someone that sounded like Chucky on the microphone. So for like half an hour straight, Chucky would be on stage just straight talking shit to everybody. He would be straight talking shit to everybody.
Awesome.
Yes, bro. He would be calling people bastard and bitch and shit and telling girls he would fuck them and shit, for real. Seriously, this is a theme park for all ages.
Goddamn.
This is a theme park for all ages. I remember vividly, bro. I seen a video. There was one situation where he was talking to this girl or this like lady, and he was like, "You're Latina, right?" And then she was like, "Yeah." And Chucky was like, "How old are you?" She said, "Old enough." And then he was like, "Okay, so let's say you're 23, 24. So if I do the Latina math, that means you have about 9 kids right now." I was like,
oh my god.
Damn.
I was like, no fucking way. I need to go to this shit. That shit's hilarious. It was hella vulgar and hella rude and shit, and it hella intrigued me as like a 11-year-old. So that's how I knew Horror Nights was just a completely different experience compared to just regular Universal Studios,
Yeah.
Hey, their Walking Dead walkthrough thing is
pretty solid.
Pretty well
Pretty solid.
done, yeah.
And that's just
if that's any indication of what Horror Nights is like, then it looked good.
Bruh, back in the day, they used to, I don't know, I say back in the day because I don't know if they're still gonna do it, but the trolley, the studio tour where you go on the tram and shit, and you would go along the lots, bro.
Yeah.
They would cancel that, right? You don't get on a tram. You just
start walking.
Yes, you walk through, and there's hella just zombies and people with chainsaws and shit, bro. Chainsaws and shit.
Goddamn.
Doesn't that sound crazy? And that's why I hella want to go, bro.
That sounds like somewhere I would get lost. That's a little scary. Like, that's scary.
No, like I take the
Very
tram to
exciting.
relax and not walk, and then they gonna make me walk. I'm gonna be like, fuck.
Very exciting, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of a long tram ride, man.
And I
You gotta
know,
walk
man.
that
You gotta
entire
walk
thing.
that shit. Damn.
No, you're not gonna do the whole thing. It's not like you're gonna go in the fucking King Kong little auditorium and then experience that shit while walking. Like, obviously.
Swimming with Jaws.
Yeah. But they really went that extra mile to scare the fuck out of you, and they changed up the whole theme park. That's why I know it's a whole different experience, bro. But yeah, you said what, Jordan? Or what were you?
I was gonna say, like, so I went to one with my friends last year for Great America, and like theirs is actually pretty nice. Like their sets are kind of elaborate, but man, bro, like it really takes you out of the experience, man. When there's just too many people, and there's like 17 people in front of you and 17 people in the back of you, it's really hard to get scared. You know what I'm saying? Because like
That's true.
you hear everyone screaming ahead of you, and you're like, oh shit, okay, someone, it's coming.
I know.
So,
Prepare.
it's still so exciting. I mean, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna beat them with a stick because I'm
one more. Way back then, Universal Studios, they took this shit out and they replaced it with another ride. But they had a 24/7 haunted house. It was based on their like Frankenstein and the Mummy and shit. You know, their properties like that. And that shit was the most terrifying, bro, because not a lot of people went on it. So when I went on it, it was just me and my mom, my dad, and my brother, and there was no one around us. And that shit was terrifying, bro. Like there was like. It was literally like you're walking through a maze because you don't know what's gonna happen.
I remember that.
It was a long time ago. It was called I even forgot what it was called. But yeah, just search it up, man, because that shit was really. There was this one part. I think it was based on Texas Chainsaw Massacre or something, bro. It was like dead bodies hanging, and they had like a rotten meat scent spread throughout the room, and that shit freaked me out as a kid. I was only like 13, 14. It smelled like rotten meat, and there were hella
crazy.
dead bodies hanging. And of course, there's dudes, and of course there were dudes like scaring you and shit at the same time with the chainsaw. And I'm like, fuck, I can't do this right now.
Bro, yeah, one thing I would hope like that Universal Studios has is like a good fast pass system, because when I went to the Not Scary Farm one, they had like pretty elaborate haunted houses, but the lines were just so long that it kind of took away from the magic a little bit. But
That shit went for like 45 minutes. Same thing, Great America, bro.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
I gotta say, there was this one section though that was all like foggy. It was like you couldn't see like 3 feet in front of you, and like so like random zombies would just like pop out of nowhere, and you're just like trying to walk through it. That shit was
I
cool.
appreciate theme parks that like make the line part of the experience. Like Disneyland, like they know everyone's gonna be in line for like an hour minimum, so they make the line interesting too. Like,
Oh yeah, they have the best queues, hands down.
Do they,
Hands
though?
down,
What
they
do
have the
they
best
do?
queues.
when you're going into, I mean, like
Look at Indiana
like
Jones
when
queue,
you're
bro.
yeah, exactly. Indiana Jones, you're
That
walking
shit is still
into
dry.
the
Fuck
caves and
that.
everything.
Fuck that. I'm not waiting.
Universal Studios has it too.
Okay,
When I'm
let
waiting
me
in
let me
line-
compare
like-
this. Look at the Jurassic Park rides queue compared to Indiana Jones's queue. The Jurassic Park queue is just a bunch of railing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, but like you guys are giving them hella credit. I'm not over here waiting in line for an hour talking about, damn, look at these walls. Like they're very like.
Hey, another
the
example.
theme is very
I'm
nice.
actually using Universal as an example. Look at the Harry Potter rides queue, bro. Look how
Yes.
elaborate that shit is.
That
I don't really remember.
that makes it part of the experience. You don't remember? There's like holograms of
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
You're right. There's little cutscenes like made
Yeah.
just for the park.
And it's all like hella
Yeah,
dark
you
and
skip
atmospheric
all
and stuff.
of that. I went with Fernando, my husband, to Universal Studios in Florida, and we got the fast pass, and we just walked right to the front of the line every time that we rode it, and I felt kind of bad because we missed all of the cutscenes. Like literally, we just walked right past it while they were talking, and I felt like we missed part of the ride doing that. Not
That's
that I
wild.
want to wait 3
Yeah.
hours in line, because that's what I did the very first time I rode it. But still, it's part of the experience.
Wait, let me tell a
At
funny
least
story
they
about.
make it part of the experience.
Let me tell a funny story about the Harry Potter ride, just real fast. All right, so has everyone here been on the Harry Potter ride?
I
Yeah.
have.
I have not.
Oh shit, JD, you haven't?
I'm very
Okay, well
much
you gonna
It's a
like
good
you,
ride.
regretting.
you gonna
that.
like this story, bro. So
Spoiler alert.
So, no, it's not even. It's just about to the front of the ride. So you know how when you go to the, when you first start in the queue, they have the seats. You can test it and see if you fit.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't fit in the testing. The girl said you have to pull the thing, and then the green light will show if you made the cut. Like it'll show if the click went further enough, and it didn't happen, dude. And she was like, "Oh, I don't think you're gonna be able to ride this." And I'm like, "Fuck." And then my dad felt so bad for me, but my dad was like, "Man, fuck that. We gonna try to ride it anyway." So we waited in line for like 40 minutes, and this whole time I'm thinking, bruh, I'm really not gonna ride this. I'm gonna go to the front and be hella embarrassed. They're gonna be like, "So sorry, we gotta stop this whole ride because you can't go on. You gotta come off." And I'm just horrified this whole time. I'm just like so sad. And then finally the moment comes, bro. Like everyone is getting on the ride. My mom and dad, Rolando, they're fine. And then and I finally get in my seat, and I'm like, "All right, fuck this. Suck your gut in." And bro, fucking, I had to get 3 clicks, right? So I hear 1, 2, and I'm like, "Oh fuck, okay," and then the person's like trying to push it, and then I suck it in even more, and I pull it, and I hear the click, and I'm like, "Yeah, woo!" And then the person's hella happy for me too.
Your shit swallowed the bar, bruh. Your shit swallowed the bar. You probably damaged your internal organs.
Bro, and then the person was hella happy, like, "Enjoy the ride." I'm like, I can't breathe right now.
You pass out because you can't breathe and shit.
You're like passed out by the time you get back.
You know how that ride
you don't even see the
swings
ride?
you around and shit? Like, dude, I was really having a hard time breathing, but fuck it, it was
God.
fun. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
Hey, that was a funny story.
The Harry Potter ride is lit, bro. But yeah, back to the haunted houses though. Like I really fuck with haunted houses, bro. Like as long as I'm with a group of people, I really fuck with it, bro. Like last year I went in a haunted house. I was with a group of people, and bro, towards the end, one of the last few rooms, they were like, Jonathan, all the zombies and shit. I was like, oh fuck, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Was it your friends or some shit? Or
No, it was the zombies. So I'm assuming that they listened to, they kept their ear out for just names and shit. And so they started screaming out my name. I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro?
Bro, you thought someone was trying to murder you.
I went on a pretty cool one, actually. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I went to one with a couple friends in San Francisco. And it was at the Mint, I think, or like an old bank. And it was like in the basement of it. And we had to sign waivers. We had to like agree, like the actors, do not touch the actors, but they're allowed to touch you. They're allowed to, take you, blindfold you, feed you, and
Feed you? What the fuck?
feed you.
I heard about this. I heard about shit is intense.
It was and it was pretty intense, like, and they scheduled it out so there's not too many people in there at the same time, so it really feels like you're by yourself, and it was so immersive. Like at one point they took my friend and they shoved him into some hole and then made us keep walking, so we don't even know where he went.
Where he
just
went?
like, yeah, no, literally like 10 minutes later he came out of another hole and we're like, where did you go?
You're like,
I don't
oh my
know,
god,
man.
they're really trying to murder us right now.
That sounds lit,
Yeah,
honestly.
no, really. And
That's a whole ass experience.
well, I was excited to get fed something, and I didn't get fed anything. I was pretty disappointed.
You're like, I'm starving, bro. Feed me anything.
Bro, if I don't get chopped up right now,
Yeah,
I swear to
there's
God,
at
if I'm not
the,
hanging by some chains by the end of this night.
what a waste of $60. This is pretty expensive, actually. And at the very end, they give you a task, like you have to find like 3 flags or something, and you're in a basement and with different jail cells, and you got to run into each one to try to find these flags or something like that. And there's of course like some weird clown or some scary nun in each cell, and it was fucking scary. But yeah, I'd pay good money to get scared like that. I don't know why. I hate being scared, but
I think
It
it's
just
like,
hit different.
I think
Yeah,
it's,
it
I think they
does.
said it's like because it gives your body the feeling of dying, and then or like you're close to dying and surviving, and you just like release a
and I
bunch
just
of like
can't wait to die. I'll pay money for it.
no, but like that feeling after when you feel it like you just fucking survived. You're just like in a good mood. You're just like fuck yeah,
I survived. Yeah.
Your body's like you should feel happy, like you're fucking alive right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the majority of haunted houses, they don't touch you or anything. You know what I mean? So that's just a whole different experience.
No, yeah, they're not allowed to.
Sign me
in
up, man.
Most of them.
Sign me up.
Yeah, if it ever happens again.
Not for real. So, back to like just horror shit in general. Like, were there any movies in your guys' childhood that really did it for you, as far as like really horrifying you guys as a child?
As a child,
I've never been able to stare directly at the Grudge.
A TV that's
and
turned
also,
off.
well, yes. Yeah, I think we may have discussed that one already. No, the girl Samara from The Grudge, and also the girl from The Exorcist.
Yeah,
Mostly
the Exorcist
because-
one
and
for
it's-
sure.
And she's like the main one in all those screamers. God damn, like. Yeah, I've never been able to look at them directly in the face, so I have a hard time watching those movies.
there was one from the Philippines called Feng Shui. Or Feng Shui, I don't know. It's one of those, but it was about this lady. Like
Something's not
every time
adding
she
up
looked in this, she was like every time she looked at this mirror, like there would be like some dead people behind her, and like of course like the mirror. It's like one of the most like common things in horror movies, but yeah, that shit definitely like traumatized me a little bit. And like, do you remember?
okay.
Sorry, Jordan. Jonathan? Do you remember watching The Descent with your mom?
I don't remember that, bro.
The Descent is creepy, bro.
Man.
The Descent is freaky.
That's the
I
one
don't
where
think I've
like
watched that.
I think like Richard was like crying a little bit, and like we
You
were
think
like
it's something
hiding
that-
under.
You think it's something that I would enjoy right now, or you think like just back then? Since
No,
you were
honestly,
younger?
it's still a solid movie. I watched it recently. Definitely a solid movie. So
damn.
It's very grim.
How about you?
grim
How about you,
movie.
Jordan?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, as a kid, there was one movie in particular, The Blair Witch Project, bro. Like, you guys remember that movie?
Yeah, I just watched it recently for the first time, and
It's not even the whole
maybe
movie.
because
it's,
I'm older.
yeah.
It's all right, but it's that
As a
feeling
kid-
of like, oh my god, it's real. That's what makes
No,
it
yeah,
scary.
especially
Like,
back-
One of the movies that freaked me out the most was the first Paranormal Activity.
yeah,
Hey,
Because
yeah, we talked about that.
Showed the movie as if it were, just found footage.
Yeah.
There was no credits or anything, and it wasn't
Yeah.
until like the very, very end where it says these characters are all fictional, any relation to any, or, they're not real.
yeah.
So that movie freaked me out. I still have a hard time watching just like normal security footage, thinking that something's gonna pop out at me.
I think me and Jonathan talked about this on the first podcast or something, and I told him, like, I can't look at y'all's house the same. Even to this day, like, your house kind of creeps me out. Just two-story houses in general, just because of Paranormal Activity. Like, bro, like, if I
That's
had
wild.
if I had to use the bathroom late at night, I would literally hold that shit in, because I have a hard time wandering that
Pussy.
house late at night, bro. It's
Pussy.
just, that movie hit different, man, at the time.
So Jordan, if you become like a billionaire somehow, multimillionaire, and you get to build your dream house,
I'm getting
it's
a
gonna be, like,
motherfucking
one
one-story
massive-
house, bro.
one-story house,
one-story
ranch-style
house. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have hella land and shit, but it's gonna be a 3-bedroom house. That's it.
Yeah,
That's all
what
I'm
did it
gonna
from?
have.
What I don't remember the disclaimer at the end saying that Paranormal Activity was fake, but I remember like it really showed me that it was fake is when they had alternate endings.
Yeah,
When there's alternate endings, you're like, oh, this shit's fucking fake.
the alternate ending is way better, by the way. So
you don't see that in the movie theater.
Yeah, man. Well,
oh, and also,
I think
go ahead.
I think when the Blair Witch Project like initially came out, that's how it was like the original like found footage.
No, it
before
was.
all
It
these
was,
found
yeah.
footage.
It was.
Like,
No, it actually became a thing. People actually started wondering if these people were still alive because they were like no-name actors and shit. So like no one knew who these people. And it was the time before Google and shit, right? It was like year 2000.
Yeah.
So it was before that shit was prominent. So like people are like, let's find these people. Like, are they still alive? And then they have to come out and say like, hey, y'all, like it's a movie. We're okay.
But I watched the Blair Witch Project a few years back. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. That shit did nothing for me, bro. That shit.
that's after you saw like all the iterations of like what it became.
Imagine being 7 years old and watching that in the year 2000. Like, it's gonna hit different.
I mean, a lot of things are scarier when you're younger. But when I watched it at the end, I was like, damn, the movie's over. Like, I was hella disappointed, honestly. But
you expecting like a witch with like a pointy hat to come out? Like,
no, because when it comes to horror movies, basically, if you're talking all-time horror movies, if there are lists online, Blair Witch Project is always going to be on it. So I had hella expectations, high expectations. You know what I mean?
It's just more for the innovation more than anything, to be honest.
Yeah,
it's really not
probably.
scary now. It's just the innovation.
Right.
So what exactly scares you in horror movies? Is it the jump scares, or is it like scary faces, ugly faces, or the feeling that this could be real?
To me, jump scares are jump scares. For me, if what makes a truly great horror movie is the atmosphere, that feeling of dread and like anxiety. I had a lot of that in Paranormal because you didn't know what the hell was going to happen next. But like, there's a lot of cheap movies that just throw a jump scare at you just to throw it at you. That shit is like whack, to be honest,
bro.
And then there's good movies with both, like The Conjuring, that had the atmosphere and the jump scares, and that shit is like all time level.
So I've watched a lot of horror movies in my lifetime, and it's really the jump scares for me, honestly. Like, even if it's cheap and shit, I really enjoy a jump scare. Like, if a horror movie, if I watch a horror movie and there's no jump scares, it's not scary to me. I think when I really think about it, so I think it really is important, the jump scares.
That's the same for me. I getting caught off guard really.
Like, I don't think the Blair Witch Project had jump scares, right? It wasn't a jump scare movie. That's why I didn't like it.
It's all atmosphere.
Yeah.
All atmosphere.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's definitely like Jordan, like the atmosphere. Like one movie that did that for me recently was Hereditary. That one was like created a super dreadful like atmosphere, and then threw in the jump
Yes.
I still
scares
gotta
every
check
now
that
and
out.
then.
I still gotta check that out.
You haven't seen Hereditary,
No,
bro?
I haven't seen
Man,
Hereditary.
when I left that,
It's
like watching it
creepy,
in the theaters, I just like that's exactly the word I used. I was like, man, I just felt dreadful. Like
you wanted to leave, but you can't.
yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
You want to see what happens. Like you want the story to wrap up and everything. But man, like that shit is pretty scary.
There's definitely a lot of different factors. Like, for example, for The Conjuring, a lot of those stories in The Conjuring universe is based on a true story. So if you know that prior to watching it, then it'll definitely, make you more creeped out while you're watching it.
To me, that's why The Conjuring, I feel like, to me, I think it's probably my number one, or at least number two. I like Paranormal Activity a lot. But it had everything, bro. It had the dread, it had the jump scares, and also that real life, because it's based on a true story, like, you think about that too.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck. Like, so I think, like, it hit just all the different levels that a good horror movie had.
Hell
sure.
yeah. Jordan, I can't wait to see like where it makes it in your list, Jordan. When you watch Hereditary, bro.
I'll check it out. If it's on Netflix or some shit, then yeah, I'll check it out.
But yeah, man, like to go back to the movies in your childhood that really scared you and shit. I remember when I was a kid, Chucky was the scariest shit ever to me, bro. Like, Chucky was really my nightmare. Like, it was at a point where I couldn't.
I've actually never seen the movie because I'm afraid of
Chucky?
Chucky's face.
What do you mean the movie? It's a whole series. You haven't seen any of them?
No, because it already scares me just looking at the face.
Well, like it was at, bro, when I was younger, it was at a point where I couldn't even look at the movie poster of his face inside the theater because I was really terrified of that motherfucker, bro, for real. Like,
Bro, you had
Well,
like
here's
a
the thing
weird
about-
fascination with them though when we were kids.
I was horrified, bro. Like, ghosts and shit never really got to me when I was a child, but it was something about a talking killer fucking doll that really scared the shit out of me, bro. I think
It's like,
I think
bro, it's Toy Story from hell, bro.
exactly. It's like a whole twisted version of Toy Story, bro. So I think it stemmed from when I was really, really young, right? I was chilling with my mom late at night watching Child's Play 2. We were watching Child's Play 2, and she fucking fell asleep during the middle of the movie, so I had to watch the shit alone, and I think that's when it really got to me, bro.
Right, your mom watches horror movies like that's like her favorite, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
She be having that shit late at night, all alone,
Yeah, by
watching it. And I'm like, how, bro?
Yeah, man. She goes to the
How?
movies by herself late at night, drives home by herself late at night, comes home. In the dark, like I can't do that.
I can't.
I need somebody to be with me so that I can like talk about the movie and then have them explain
Be
to me it's
sane.
not real.
Hold on. There's people out there that actually watch horror movies during the daytime with sunlight and shit, and I don't ever do that, bro. It's not the same, bro. I watch
It's not the
I
same.
watch
It
a
definitely
horror
is not the
movie
same.
to get scared, bro. I don't watch it like, you know, for the points of watching it, but it's daylight outside, like the sunlight's coming through the window and shit. Like, I watch the shit at night.
Yeah, I guess.
There's people out there that it kind of crazy. It's like amazing to me. Like, people out there are actually scared of horror movies. Like, they're too scared to watch it, and that's wild to me. I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm always like, bro, it's just a movie, bro. Like, it's just a movie.
That's why we need that 3D technology. Shit pop out you and grab you. Like,
Hey, a 3D
man,
horror
that was
movie,
just second
game
to-
changer. That should happen for real. But yeah, man, like, back to the quarantine related shit, I guess is just a thought that I had. I miss hanging out with friends a lot. Like you guys said, just going out to eat and shit. That shit was always fun.
Hey man, we trying to like, especially because like I was talking about all the patio dining and shit. We trying our best to keep it, stay close to each other now. You know what I'm saying? We're actually trying to go to all this different shit
Right.
and whatnot, taking all the safety precautions, everyone.
Definitely.
So you don't fucking
Trying to
judge
be
me.
responsible.
Crazy how much we'll adapt to get life moving again.
No, crazy, but like we think we're responsible, but there's always gonna be people out there that think that we're being irresponsible for even seeing them. You know what I mean? So,
Bro, it's like you can't expect everyone to just halt their life for like 8 months, man. You gotta meet people and keep your sanity. And you know what I'm saying?
Well,
'Cause,
supposedly it wasn't supposed to last 8 months if everybody had cooperated.
it's not 8 months; it's 6 months.
Oh,
6
yeah.
Not
months.
shorter.
But yeah,
6 months, whatever, bro.
Hey, man, that's a big difference.
It's a long fucking
hey
time.
man, it could end in 2 months. But like I said, I haven't been having like extreme withdrawals for hanging out with people though. Like, honestly, because I got over the whole over socialization part of my life like many moons ago. But it would be nice. It would be nice to see all my friends again, just to do regular shit, you know. But at the same time, you know how after you graduated high school, you realize who really are your friends and who were just cool with you just because you saw them 5 times a week. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
So this quarantine shit was like a round 2 of that whole realization. You know what I mean? Because you get to see who's still willing to hit you up to talk or to potentially try to kick it with, despite the lockdown being in effect. You know what I mean? So I got to weed out like who was just cool with me because we were in particular situations that would force us to be around each other for long periods of time, thus forcing us to be cool with each other. But at the same time, like, I don't hold grudges. You know what I mean? Because I'm not one of those people that's like, fuck you if you've never checked in on me when I've been off the radar, or if you've never checked on
Yeah.
me in general. I'm not one of those people, because like people who say that shit, they don't realize it goes both ways, bro. It goes both ways. So
It does.
it goes both ways, bro. So it's like, okay, they didn't check on you, but did you check on them? If you didn't check on them, then boom, you're like, you're quote unquote fake as fuck too. So I'm guilty of not checking in on everybody that I would ideally want to check on, especially during quarantine. So I'll never hold it against anyone too much. But I'm just saying, like, the people that have made the effort to contact me during this quarantine shit, they hold a special place in my heart. You dig?
I feel that.
Yeah, man.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, motherfuckers. Well, shit,
Yeah, all
I
of
just
us,
started
bro.
again.
What we doing right now? No.
No, facts. So, yeah, man. Shit, we gonna wrap it up. Any other thoughts on the quarantine shit? You know what I mean? Or anything that we've discussed?
Well, I got a question. Like, do you you guys feel like, I mean, now knowing that we can survive, from home, would you be okay with having to work from home permanently since a lot of jobs are moving in that direction? Or do you need the socialization of working
Of coworkers?
alongside other people? Yeah.
Nah. I'm me personally, I'm gonna go first. I'm cool because with the shit that I know how to do, like just shit that I do, like if I had a graphic design job, for example, like I'm perfectly fine just staying at home, because I have a lot of computer related like just things I could do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm perfectly fine with that. But I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just for me personally.
Man, I definitely miss like having like coworkers that are like your friends as well. So
Definitely.
like they definitely feed like to maybe like your success throughout the day. Like you're able to like vent and stuff. But like, yeah, I agree with Jonathan. Like I feel like, just not having to go into the office it gives you so much more freedom.
Well, like for me, bro, like if I was able to go on the computer and push these fucking planes out on my computer, you don't know how fast I would do that. But unfortunately, in the position I am, yeah, it's not possible. But no, for sure, bro. Like I agree. Like my coworkers are cool, bro. But like I'm at the point where it's not something I crave. You know what I'm saying? To be around them and shit. So like I have my real friends. I have my family. I have y'all. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if I could do it all from home, like yeah, I'm all for it for sure.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. I think in my position where I deal with a lot of like, I manage a team, so I deal with a lot of drama in that respect. So having 3 months of no drama was so nice, and not that I dreaded going back. Like it was really nice to come back, but I knew what was gonna come with it. So. There's no drama with me by myself. I mean, there's some drama, but I don't need to get HR involved with myself. So, and it's just different perspectives. I think like maybe we're all we've all worked customer service and we're all sick of people at this point, or maybe like because I asked Fernando this early on in the quarantine. And he was like, I cannot wait to go back to work. Like, I can't stand working from home. I miss everybody. And I was like, really? You're in such a hurry to go back? He's like,
really? I don't.
No, really. Like, I was trying to relate, but I was like, no, man, I'm I'm chill here.
hey, to each their own, bro. Cause like personally, if I had the opportunity to make money at home, like I'm gonna do it. You feel me? Like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take that over, anything like office job or anything like that. But yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Closing questions. Ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. What's your favorite theme parks
mine.
ever? Favorite theme parks ever that you've been to?
Oh, bro. Hands down for me, Disneyland. Disneyland for me is, how like they say like that shit makes you feel like a kid again. It's they say that just as like marketing, but like for me personally, I really truly believe. Like, I feel like a kid again whenever I go to Disneyland. It's just something about walking through Main Street right when you walk in through the gates. And like, that shit feels really special to me. Like, no matter how many times I go. So, yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah, they definitely know how to create the magic. But I guess it depends on my mood. If I want a real ride, then I want to go to Universal Studios. Like, Disneyland's familiar. I've gone so many times. I've had annual passes twice now. So, Jonathan and I used to, like, pull crazy weekends going to Disneyland.
Y'all would go one day and be back the same night.
No, literally. So, I would, you know what our schedule was? I would get off of work Friday night. We would drive from the Bay Area to Anaheim overnight. Get to the parks at the like right when they open Saturday morning. We would go through every ride on both parks, and then we would stay until closing, and then drive back to the Bay Area that night. so
shit's
that we
crazy,
could be
bro.
back
I can't even.
the next day.
I can't even imagine, bro.
I don't know
That
how we
shit's insane.
lived. Like we were like driving hella sleepy because we hadn't slept in over 24 hours. I don't know how we did it.
Hey, I thank God
So
y'all.
I mean,
y'all still
yeah,
here.
I mean, I really love Disneyland because I had a lot of fun at it. But if I'm gonna be real, Universal Studios has awesome rides.
All right, JD, how about you, bro?
Man, my favorite theme park's got to be Disneyland for sure. It's just like it pulls on different nostalgia heartstrings. Maybe also because I haven't been Universal since I was like 8. Disneyland for me.
I feel that, man. I
What about
mean,
you, Jonathan?
you guys already know. I feel like you guys know my answer already, bro. Universal Studios, bro. That's my shit. Universal Studios, bro. Like everyone, if you know, you know, bro. I had that little obsession with Waterworld, the little live show that I used.
Yes, you did.
That's at Universal Studios. I don't know what about it. What about it that really intrigued me as a young lad, but that shit was really my shit. But other than that, though, I like the Simpsons ride, fucking the Harry Potter world. That's a whole different new experience, bro. That shit's hella fun. You get the butterbeer there. I like that, but I think when I was younger, I really liked the I just really was into the movie industry, and so when we did the rides like the tram, the Universal tours and shit, that shit was really great for me.
I love how relaxing the tram ride is, for sure.
Yeah, man, I love that. I love that ride.
Just because, like, you could take a break. 'Cause, you know, you get dead-ass tired going through these theme parks. So when you could just, like, chill for, like, 40 minutes.
You say
and just ride that tram.
relaxing. You say relaxing. I'm thinking about the murderer that chases you, Jaws coming out of the water, the train station exploding,
Hey,
and then
Hey.
King Kong throwing you left and right.
hey, you on that bitch for 26 to, like, 35 minutes. Like, you know, like, it's relaxing, all
specific
right?
time.
Specific numbers.
Yeah, very specific.
It depends.
You're on.
Yeah.
When I was younger, I was always into the movie behind the scenes shit. So that
Yeah.
tour was really great. All right, yo, closing question. How about you, Jordan? Go.
My closing question? All right, so, favorite sitcom all time and why?
Ooh.
All right, let's go.
What defines a sitcom?
Calm.
Like,
A
it can be
situational
anywhere.
comedy.
It can be anywhere from it could be anywhere from The Office to Friends, that type of style. So like, do what you will with that. JD, go.
I'm gonna say.
Okay, Janelle, go.
I'm gonna say Friends, although it's not necessarily because of how funny it is. I know it's very cheesy at times, but it's kind of personal and nostalgic for me because my dad loved Friends. I remember like all the jokes that he thought were hilarious. So, like,
Y'all used to have hella of
Timber.
VHS recordings too, right? Of Friends and stuff like that.
I think so, yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, if I didn't have that nostalgic thing with Friends, then I would have said Fresh Prince.
Yeah, so my I can't choose between two, but it's for sure Friends or Fresh Prince because those two shows are great, legendary to me.
JD?
Yeah, to me, it's got to be either Fresh Prince or The Office for me. But man, I don't know if I could choose between Friends too because I love Friends too. But yeah, The Office, I remember like being younger, trying to stream it online, discussing it with you, Jonathan. Do you remember that shit?
Hell yeah, man, that was like 8th grade, bro.
Yeah, that shit was cool.
So for me, I gotta say Fresh Prince is GOAT, man. Like, so my top three, they're all like 1A, 1B, 1C. It's How I Met Your Mother, Fresh Prince, and Community. Those are like my three favorite sitcoms of all time.
Ooh, Community's good. I liked Community back when Donald Glover was on it, like the original cast.
Like the first four seasons, basically. That shit was genius.
It's a different show.
Man, that shit like had so much like tongue in cheek, like pop culture references and stuff. Like it was just really unique to me as a sitcom. So yeah, but anyway, yeah, those three. That's my answer.
Man, Fresh Prince was my shit, bro. I know all y'all know that fucking legendary scene where his dad left again. Yeah, man, some deep shit, man. I heard they winged it too, like at some point during the scene.
Yeah,
Jordan, didn't your mom watch that live?
Yeah, she did. She got she went to a live recording, and not only that, she got a copy of the script of that episode, and she had Will Smith
so
sign
cool.
it too.
That's fucking sick, bro.
Yeah, she has it somewhere,
much-
bro. I gotta find it. But yeah, she showed me, and now that I'm older, I can actually read, because she last time she showed me I was a kid, so I didn't really care about the script itself. But now that I'm older, I can actually probably like read it and see what episode it was. Like, it'll be dope.
That's awesome.
super cool.
How do you lose something like that?
I don't know. It's somewhere in our storage, like at our house right now. So
How about you,
And I
JD?
hope it's protected.
How about you, JD?
I said Fresh Prince in The Office.
Nah, I mean like
Fresh Prince-
your closing question. Ah.
Oh, I don't got a closing question. My bad.
Wow.
Damn.
My fault. I didn't think of one.
Jonathan, go. Just do yours first.
I already did it, bruh.
You already
Which one was
did.
yours?
It was the theme park.
Oh, that was the
man.
closing question? I thought that just ran as like a random part of our... Never mind. All right, Janelle, go.
This whole thing is random. Alright. Apple or Android?
Come on, man. Too easy.
This is really from... This question is really only directed at me. I know.
It is.
Nah, but like, how is it even directed to Jordan when he has the iPhone?
Because he hates it.
No, but he can't argue Android and have an iPhone.
Hey, man, I'm going to tell you exactly what my answer is and like why I feel like that. But everyone else, go ahead first. And let me take the floor.
Okay,
Oh
I
my
guess if we're gonna
God.
do this, iPhone, man, the aesthetic of it, it's fucking beautiful. The fucking interface and how you can integrate it with your MacBook and shit, like it's just great, man. It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, the ecosystem is
Yeah, man,
crazy.
the
I'm
ecosystem.
stuck into it already.
The ecosystem,
And that's,
bro.
and that's why I said Apple versus Android, not iPhone versus Samsung. Like, it's the whole, yeah, like JD said, it's the whole ecosystem. They all, link together. I love being able to sync everything together. I've got it all, man. I got the iPhone, I got the MacBook, I got the AirPods, I got the Apple Watch. Like,
Yeah.
I hate but it all works seamlessly together.
Yeah, man. To be able to read your just messages and shit, just simple shit like that, and on your MacBook, it's just great, man.
Yeah,
All
coming
right.
from
So-
I used to have a hold on, Jordan. Before you
Okay.
get through, yeah, I used to have an Android too, and like I definitely love the customizability of it, like how you could pretty much do anything on it, and it's not kind of locked down like you would with the iPhone. The iPhone just works, man. It just works so seamlessly. Like the experience, you just don't even have to think about it. But go ahead, Jordan.
All right, here we go.
This motherfucker, blasphemy.
And that's all the time we've got today.
Everything he's about to say, blasphemy.
All right, so y'all know, like, bro, like I get that iPhone and Apple products in general have like this has this ecosystem that everything just connects to each other. It just flows like flawlessly. But y'all got to realize I don't have an Mac. I don't have an iPad. I don't have anything like that to compare it to.
That's not our problem.
When I'm comparing this, I'm comparing this from phone to phone. And like Android has way more customizable options, like hands down. iPhone is so fucking limited in what it can do as far as like customizability. Like when you're trying to personalize your phone and like your apps and shit like that, you're pretty much stuck in their iOS and like their thing. Whereas Android, you have way more options to make everything exactly the way you want to. Just even little shit, just like where you're placing your icons, like like shit you could do for your background. And shit like that. Like Android has way more better options. The only reason I have an iPhone right now is because every one of y'all has an iPhone, and yeah, like the iMessage shit is crazy. Like it's like seamless, like how you can message people. And I know like when you message people with Androids, that shit kind of gets a little wonky sometimes. So like, but like I had both phones for a long ass time. I have the iPhone right now. I had an Android like 6 to 8 years prior to that. If I'm talking about just pure customizability and user friendly type shit, then I think Android is a better phone for sure.
Would you say that user what'd you say? User what?
User friendly.
User friendly? Is it though? Is it that much better user friendly compared to iPhone?
Dude, there's little details that annoy the absolute fuck out of me on iPhone, bro. In Android, when you take a screenshot and you take a photo, those things are separated into 2 folders, okay? In iPhone, your fucking screenshots and your fucking photos are in 1 folder. Okay? And that shit is fucking annoying, dude. That is
Am I tripping, or when I go to my photo album, there's a screenshots folder?
Yeah.
There is a screenshots folder.
Yeah,
No, but there's not a photos folder.
Only photos.
There's not a photos only folder. And that is fucking bullshit.
All right. Well, little shit. Other than customization, do you have any other argument?
No, I mean phones are.
Hey,
dude,
Jordan.
phones are.
Hey, Jordan.
What?
One word. Jailbreak.
I'm not doing all that.
3 words. Jailbreak your shit.
So you telling me I gotta like jailbreak my shit to make it like tolerable? Is that what you're saying?
Tolerable. I mean, you're tolerating it right now.
Hey man, I'm just telling you, these little details matter when phones are pretty much 99% the same. You fucking make calls, you fucking make text messages.
They matter, but it's not a deal breaker.
You enjoy having your photos and your screenshots separated, while we're able to iMessage each other from anywhere under Wi-Fi because we can. Android has nothing like that. You guys don't even have like an equivalent FaceTime app, right?
Motherfucker, didn't I just say
FaceTime?
that the iMessage stuff is like truly great? Like I said that. That's like one great thing about the iPhone. But
it's weird that Android hasn't come up with something comparable yet. You would think. And
like I don't want to be that guy.
That's how
but
Apple works.
I don't want to be that guy, but there's so many features that Apple has now that they just kind of jacked from Samsung. So, it is what it is.
It's true. Samsung and Android, their thing is trying to be innovative, and Apple's thing is getting it right. So that's why everything works with Apple, because they don't rush
creating problems that only they have solutions to.
They take your idea, but they make it right. What the fuck?
All right, man. I can't get into this who did it first argument, and I can't really speak too much on the Androids and the Samsungs because I've never had one. But all I know is if you hit me with a green text message bubble, I ain't replying, bro. I ain't replying. That's all I gotta say. That shit
If
ugly.
you hit me with a green text message bubble, it's all good, bro. I love you. It's Android, bro. Like for real.
Oh man, I literally text my husband on Facebook Messenger because I need to see that blue. I can't look at that green, man.
I feel like I'm speaking to someone of a foreign language or some shit.
Y'all talking to me about I'm like nitpicking, and y'all really don't like the green bubble. That's your thing. Okay, for sure.
It's not our only argument.
Touché.
Hey man, we're avid Apple users. Like the AirDrop feature, it's amazing, bro. AirDrop is
Yes,
amazing,
it is.
bro. Well, damn. Any more thoughts or not? We straight?
I think we good.
Straight.
All right, so
Unless JD's
we can
got a
all
question.
we can all agree best theme park is Universal, and it's iPhone over Android.
Bitch, me and JD said Disneyland. It's 2-2, motherfucker.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, JD hung up again, but fuck it, man. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for listening. If you made it this far, congratulations. My name is Jonathan, aka Brown Johnny Bravo. I'm here with JMV, and I'm here with Janelle Meow. Thank you for tuning in, y'all. Peace.
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 Yee!